I'm presently 88 days into this assignment of recording and publishing to YouTube each day on the lessons that I'm learning around cultivating inner peace. And one of the things I just recognized listening to an episode of my favorite podcast is that one of the things that I've been doing without actually using this terminology is applying an experiment mentality to what I'm doing. So the beginning parameters of this were that I would record these videos every day and for 100 days and then see what was next. And historically what's happened is I would get started on a path like this, and then life would show up, the resistance, and at some point I would give myself a good reason to quit. And I'm just here celebrating that I'm 88 days into this, and here we are, still going, have been consistent. You can look back, see that I published a video every day for the last 88 days, sometimes more. And on many of those days, there are 0 views. There are very few likes. I don't even know if we've gotten a single comment, but that's all great. It does not one of the things that I'm measuring this against. What I am noticing, though, or one of my observations, is that along the way, I really enjoy capturing my ideas in this type of format. And next Sunday, which is day 100, I'm going to be, kind of summarizing and sending out to a group of friends, mostly who are oblivious that I'm even attempting this assignment. And just to share for, some learning about what I've learned about myself in this process. There's some things that I've learned in terms of, just how easy this can be once you get through those first few reps. Like with anything, there's a lot of friction the first, few times we do something. I remember this on the first few training runs I went through when I ran my first marathon, or my first few CrossFit classes. Anytime I've learned a new skill, there is inevitably this point of friction that shows up in the first few reps that we need to work through. So that's something that I've been noticing is, there's a lot of fumbling around and figuring out the first few videos that I posted. There's a learning curve to YouTube. There's a learning curve to learning to do this on my phone. And then there was adding in, the different components like, a better mic setup, starting to use AI to do some of the video editing so I can trim these down and they're not all rambly like this one is. So all this to say is that there are all these different things that I've been learning. Big one for me is that this is probably one of the best processes I've ever used in terms of my writing process. So to actually just talk it out like this, and I'm starting to see, all the possibilities with AI in terms of, what it can do to support me, talking through version 1, and then actually getting transcripts and, pulling out from there in terms of how I can cross-purpose this to, share on social media platforms or just write session descriptions and things like that. There's actually a real enjoyment of some of the things that I'd been struggling with a lot. So just wanted to share that that's where I'm at, day 88 of this experiment. And I'm looking forward to sharing a few more of these recap videos as I get more to the understanding of what this process has meant to me. There is a lot of joy in it, and it's something that I think because I didn't put any measures of success other than showing up consistently, it gave me that space and that window to learn. And I know that's a core element for me of, finding peace in the process. So I'll keep sharing, and someday I know some folks are going to show up and start listening. But for today, it's okay if it's just me and maybe eventually a few friends as well.